Good evening, everyone. My name is Beth Kornstein, and I'm the Interim Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations here at NJIT. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us for tonight's President's Alumni Address. I'm here live in the NJIT studio with President Tech Selim. Tech, welcome.
Thank you.
So a portion of tonight's program was pre-recorded. We'll be back live after that portion where you can join us in asking questions. We'll come back for a fireside chat with Tech. But now we're going to go to that portion of the program.
Dear Highlanders, it is both my honor and pleasure to speak with you this evening. I have had the privilege of serving as NJIT President for more than 2 years now, and those have been the most rewarding and satisfying years of my professional career. I was drawn to NJIT by its amazing trajectory, its vibrant community of learners and scholars, and its history of producing alumni who are leaders in their field. This is a momentous time for our university. NJIT is thriving. Our reputation as a top research university continues to grow nationally and globally. NJIT was recognized, along with Princeton University, as the only institution in New Jersey to receive a perfect 5-star rating on Money's annual Best Colleges list. We are number 1 in the New York Times college ranking based on 3 metrics: high alumni earnings, academic mobility, and academic profile. The Princeton Review named us the number 23 best value public university. And US News and World Report rated us among the top 100 national universities and the top 50 public universities in the country. These rankings and accolades are the direct result of what NJIT and its community members continue to achieve. Our students are accomplishing amazing things, regularly winning competitive scholarship and fellowship, such as Goldwater Scholars and Fulbright Fellowship, among many, many others. Our research enterprise continues to grow. NJIT, Princeton, Rutgers are the only R1 research universities in New Jersey. R1 is the highest possible research classification. We conduct about $200 million in research annually, and more than $60 million is in AI research. Recently, we announced a new over $10 million AI at NJIT initiative that will greatly advance the university's strength in this critical field. This includes the new Grace Hopper AI Research Institute and a Center for Educational Innovation Excellence, where experts will study AI's role in curricula. With a $6 million grant from the National Science Foundation, we have launched the Center for Translational Research that serves as a hub for commercialization, training, and development. And numerous NJIT alumni, faculty, and administrators have been inducted into prestigious national academies, such as the National Academy of Inventors and the National Academy of Construction. At its core, though, NJIT is a transformative institution that prepares talented, hardworking students from all backgrounds to realize an incredible personal and professional success. Our graduates are in very high demand, and our alumni earn mid-career salaries that put us in the top 2% of universities nationwide. We have set a course for our future by developing and launching a new Strategic Plan 2030 that will enhance our status as the greatest producer of technological talent and knowledge in New Jersey, and enable us to become a nexus of innovation, a physical and intellectual focal point for innovative ideas, actions, and people. To sum it up, my time at NJIT has been truly remarkable, and I want to thank each of you who have helped make it so. NJIT has many strengths, but none is greater than the collective talent and spirit of its people. You are the primary reason for our university's remarkable ascension, and your continued commitment to NJIT is what will fuel our rise even higher. Thank you all, and please remember to practice the 3 I's. The first I, to remain informed about NJIT. The second I, to stay involved with NJIT. And the third I, most important, to be invested in NJIT. We are grateful that you are a part of our NJIT family. Go Highlanders!
Thanks so much, Tech. And thanks for agreeing to take a few questions today as well.
It's my pleasure.
So, Tech, it seems like it was just yesterday that we were welcoming you and Gina to the NJIT community for the first time.
Mhm.
As you look back on your first 2 years here at NJIT, what is your proudest accomplishment?
Many. I do want to state that these accomplishments is really the work of many, the community of scholars at NJIT that made it happen. So we have completed a strategic plan that we'll talk about in a moment.
Sure.
We have achieved Hispanic Serving Institution status and Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander institution status. Two, both of them. We have a record year fundraising, as you know, that's in your wheelhouse. And this time last year, we welcomed Dr. John Palesco, our new provost, as well as
Sure.
this year, we welcome Dr. Gabriel Esperdi, Dean of the College of College of Architecture and Design, and also Dr. Jamie Payton, Dean of the Yingwu College of Computing.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to ask you to share a little bit about both Dean Asperity and Dean Payton.
Yeah. So both deans, are scholars in their own field. Okay, that's first and foremost. We want to make sure that because then they would have the respect from the faculty and the students and the entire scholarship community. Secondly, these are team players, and they are leaders. They are very effective in communicating. They are also very productive researcher as well.
Great. So we're at the beginning of the fall semester. So it's energetic on campus. We have a new class of students. Could you tell us a little bit about this year's incoming first-year students?
Well, every year it gets better and better and better. So this year, the average high school GPA is 3.75 overall.
Wow.
And then it's for Albert Dorman's honors scores, that is even higher. It's 3.96, almost perfect. The SAT scores for the overall is 1338. For Albert Dorman honors scores, it's 1508. They come from 69 different countries and 30 states. The student population is about 71% male and 21.9% female. 29% Hispanic, 21% Asian, and 10% African American. So we're actually a minority majority institution where no one race is majority.
Wow. Now, earlier you mentioned the strategic plan, and it's brand new. Our 2030 strategic plan is entitled NJIT Makes an Innovation Nexus. So, what's an innovation nexus, and how does it relate to the university's future plans?
An innovation nexus, is really a physical and intellectual focal point at NJIT for innovative ideas, actions, and people like us, getting together to innovate. And innovate means to create solution to practical problems. So we get involved in entrepreneurship, partnership with industry, technological innovation. We're solving societal challenges by bringing the right people, the right ideas, and the resources together.
Right, ideas. So I know that you've recently announced a new $10 million initiative that we're launching in the field of artificial intelligence. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, this is one of our major initiatives as part of our strategic plan. This is a new $10 million plus initiative that will significantly advance NJIT's strength in the field of artificial intelligence, as you eloquently put it, and position NJIT to become a leader in both AI research and application in higher education. So last year alone, NJIT research related to AI totaled nearly $60 million. This investment is on top of that. This new investment will leverage the university's extensive expertise in machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, robotics, with the goal of becoming a major player in AI innovation. We are establishing also under this AI initiative a Grace Hopper AI Research Institute that receives support from an anonymous donor and matching funds total $6 million. That's a massive investment into AI research. An additional $4 million investment by NJIT will support initiatives that include the expansion of our top-tier AI talent at NJIT and the creation of the Center for Educational Innovative Excellence, where experts will study AI role in advancing curriculum and effective teaching and learning.
So you and Gina are two of NJIT's most active ambassadors, and that keeps you on the road a lot. I know this for a fact
Thank you for traveling with us.
because I'm with you a lot. Uh, could you tell us a little bit about what you've learned from your time with NJIT alumni?
Yes, taking time to listen and to learn from their stories is among the most important things that we do, you and I. It enable us to make decisions about our future, the university future, that build upon the foundation of the past. Uh, I learn about their experiences, their aspiration, challenges, and the opportunities that NJIT created for them. And I use that information, or we use that information to help drive us to deliver even more to our current and future students.
Now, some of your travel is international in nature, and I know you've recently come back from trips to Canada and East Asia. Could you let us know a little bit about what's going on there?
Yes, these trips, okay, to Canada and East Asia, these trips that economic missions related trip with the New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and a large delegation. At this trip, we develop and sign MOUs and explore partnerships that are mutually beneficial and create opportunities for NJIT faculty and students to collaborate internationally. And these partnership and collaborations are important because it shows that NJIT is a global institution and because we produce, after all, global professionals, whether or not they work overseas or here.
Now, when you're not traveling, you and Gina are often at the Bloom Wellness and Events Center, and you're watching our student athletes. Do you have a favorite team?
We love all the Highlanders athletic teams, all of them. In fact, our student athlete, okay, are one of the most remarkable one, I think, in the nation. They are remarkable because, they have to go through a very rigorous program.
Mhm.
Academic program at NJIT, a polytechnic school, is not an easy feat. Okay, um, and then on top of that, they are competing at the highest collegiate level. Uh, and while doing so, okay, many of them achieve really significant grade point average.
Mhm.
For example, it's 31 consecutive semester that our student athlete has an average GPA of a 3.0.
That's amazing. So, one of the first things that you and Gina did when you arrived at NJIT was you created the Highlander Promise Scholarship Program. You said that it was your philanthropic priority right out of the gate. Could you tell everyone a little bit about that program and why it's so important to you and Gina?
Right. So the Highlander Promise Scholarship Program is critical because we believe that talent is everywhere. It doesn't matter where you come from, what ethnicity, what demographic, what background, but opportunity is not. So we need to make sure that NJIT is a beacon of opportunity. This scholarship enables us to do that. It enables students from limited means family to come to NJIT and get a great education.
So, my last question before we go to the online viewers. So, when you have a chance to talk to other university presidents, what do you tell them about NJIT students?
But first of all, I make them jealous because our students here have a lot of grit, determination, and they are hungry for success. Educating them in reality is actually quite simple because they're here to learn and to become a better version of themselves when they leave here. And our students, as you can see from many of the ranking and accolades,
Mhm.
they do really, really well after they graduate. Our alumni are very successful after they leave NJIT.
Right. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Beth.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We're live in the NJIT studio. I'm here with President Taek-si Lim.
Beth, thank you for having me.
Delighted. For those of you that are joining us from home, I want to encourage you to feel free to join us by putting questions into the chat. We'll take as many questions as we have time for this evening. And in fact, Tech, I think we have our first question coming in. So, President Lim, I visited NJIT recently, and I was impressed with the state of the campus. Are there plans for new buildings on campus, or perhaps renovations to existing facilities?
So yes, Beth, first of all, thank you for having me here. Thank you to all the alumni and stakeholders out there that are viewing. So thank you for joining us this evening. So obviously, we are consistently enhancing our infrastructure, both physical and digital, to be able to serve the students of today and also the students of the future. One of the projects that we're working on currently that will come online soon, hopefully, in the next few years is Oak Hall. Oak Hall, as you know, is in state of disrepair, and we need to also enhance Oak Hall and develop an infrastructure, a living, learning community that students yearn for. We'll also try to increase the capacity of beds in Oak Hall so that we can accommodate more students who wants to be on campus, living here, and also engaging our faculty and the peers.
Fantastic. So we have another question now.
Okay.
So, Tech, what do you see as NJIT's biggest challenge in the next few years?
You know, I think as long as the community gets together, we work hand in glove, we communicate, we coordinate, and we collaborate, there's really nothing that we can accomplish. So I wouldn't say that we have much challenges. But I want to say, okay, we have a lot of opportunities. And the opportunities will come and will present itself as long as we continue to work together. For example, we have a very aggressive strategic plan.
Sure.
In order for us to accomplish this very ambitious goal, all for student success, by the way, we need to work together, not only between faculty, but the faculty and administrator, and also staff. If you think of an institution, it's like a stool with 3 legs. And one of them represents the faculty, the other one is staff and administration, and the third one, obviously, students. And as long as we collaborate, I think we can. The sky is not even the limit.
Excellent. So, we have another question. So, for alumni who are not currently engaged with the university, what's the best way NJIT would like to begin engaging with them? Would it be through volunteer efforts? Would it be through coming to events or contributions, signing up for email lists? What do you recommend?
Yes. So the first thing I recommend, and I've actually shared this before, if you've been around with me, is to practice the 3 I's. Okay, the 3 I's. Number 1, okay, is to be informed of what's going on at NJIT. After you are being informed, then you can get involved. The fact that you are listening to Beth and I on this chat here, you're involved. And the third one, as I mentioned just now, very important, is to be invested in NJIT. And we want you to be invested in your time, your talent, your treasure. Any way you can give back to NJIT to help us educate the next generation best professional so they can have an impactful career in their life we're game to that thing. Some of the ways, specific ways that they can get involved, involved and invested is homecoming. Homecoming is coming up.
Absolutely.
This year, homecoming is combined with alumni weekend. So we have students who are here and we have alumni that will come in, and we will have, it's a multi-generational party, so to speak. Reading the Highlander monthly, you get physical copy and email copy from us. Make sure you open up those emails because there's a lot of good stuff you can read and learn on what's happening on campus. And finally, if you want to get involved with us, visit alumni.njit.edu, or you can always email us, alumni@njit.edu.
Great, thank you, Tech. So our next question, how can NJIT improve its recognition and prestige on a more nationwide basis, similar to some of our competitors like Caltech or Georgia Tech or MIT? We know they're aspirational, in some respects, but it's certainly worth looking forward to. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yes. So one thing that we have to be careful is not chase after what others have done.
True.
We have to be true to who we are and what we do. And what we are, okay, is this is a very innovative and entrepreneurial campus. In fact, I've been to many campuses, as you know, Beth, and I say time and again, NJIT, because of the diversity and the location in the Northeast, is really one of the most innovative and one of the most entrepreneurial campuses in America. We want to monetize that and use that, okay, to drive student success. We want to be known for student success. We want our students to live here in the best version of themselves so that they can be impactful wherever they go. The impact of our alumni is also something that we want to be well known on. In fact, some of the ranking that came out recently that propelled NJIT to the forefront is because of the impact of our alumni. And that is very critical. At the end of the day, we produce professionals that have great impact wherever they go because they're bringing joy to living.
Excellent. Oh, this is an interesting question, Tech. And it's about a project that we were discussing a few years ago. I recently found out that NJIT is partnering to build a campus in Cairo, Egypt. Are there any recent updates regarding the building of the campus, the curriculum and tuition, and when that's going to be available to the campus?
That's a very good question, Beth. First of all, NJIT is a global institution. We obviously is a public institution in New Jersey, but we share our expertise, our ideas with the rest of the world. We have international students who come to NJIT to study far and wide. So this project that I call NJIT Branch Campus in Egypt is moving forward at this point in time. We're partnering with a real estate company in Egypt called Tatur Misr. We're working with the Ministry of Education in Egypt, the Egyptian government. They are reviewing our proposal that is co-written with Tatur Misr.
Okay.
Interestingly, we're also working with the U.S. Embassy in Cairo. They're very interested in seeing us successful, and they want to ensure that NJIT have a footprint in Cairo, Egypt. One of the things that we're trying to do in this NJIT branch campus in Egypt is to build a world-class campus, okay? One that mimics what we have here in Newark, New Jersey, so that people in the regions can enjoy a great education.
Great. So let's see what we have next. Okay, here's a good question, Tech. I'm really excited about everything I'm hearing regarding AI and research. I see a great opportunity for NJIT to enhance its co-op and internships programs. How can NJIT prioritize making it even easier for students to gain practical experience in these exciting fields?
Beth, this is a very good question also. With the advent of AI, data science, in fact, NJIT has been working on AI and data science even before AI became the buzzword.
Sure.
We, as I have reported, invested $10 million. $3 million of the $10 million come from an anonymous benefactor who believe in the mission of NJIT in the context of AI. We're using this funding to in research, in supporting students, both research on campus and also collaborating with companies. We're also developing educational program, and we're figuring out how to use AI to enhance our operation here. One of the priority of the strategic plan 2030 is to really enhance the high impact experiential learning of students. So the collision or the intersection of that high impact experiential learning and AI is something that we encourage all our students to get involved in. So stay tuned as we launch this initiative in AI that includes what I call the Grace Hopper AI Research Institute. Much of the funding is going to go to students to support their travel to conferences, to support their collaboration with faculty, to support things that ideas that they have.
Great. Oh, so Tech, this relates to a question that you answered earlier about Oak Hall, which is one of our residence halls on campus. So NJIT was primarily a commuter campus when I was a student. Is that still the case?
In terms of numbers, yes. In total, we have about 2,400, 500 or so living on campus. But if you look at the surrounding community, we probably have another 500 or so, couple blocks from campus. So to me, that is like on campus.
Sure.
So a total of about 3,000 students.
Okay.
Our student population today is about 13,000. So in terms of numbers, yes, but here's a big but. We are becoming more and more of a residential campus. The Oak Hall project would enhance
Sure.
that. Also, the student life on this campus is developing programming for commuter students as well. In the old days, students come here, take course, and they go home. Today, students come here, even though they're commuter, they have a lot of options. Student club, they can get involved in athletic programs. They have tutoring on campus. So when students come here, other than they're not sleeping here, they have a lot of things to do. They engage with their peers. So from that perspective, we are a residential campus.
Great. So let's see, our next question. As an R1 research institution, how will NJIT invest in PhD level research over the next 5 years?
This is a very good question again. As some of you know, one of the criteria of being an R1 institution is the production of certain amount of PhD students, and that ties to research as well. How we're doing this, okay, is we are going to invest both our own dollar and also expanding research to support more doctoral level students here. For instance, when I first arrived here, I proposed the idea of an industry-based PhD program, where some of our alumni or non-alumni who has a master's degree, but they're working in a high impact research environment, they can enroll at NJIT. They don't really have to spend a whole lot of time here. They can take some courses online, but their research are done back in their companies. So this is another way of us promoting PhD level research. But bottom line is going to increase our PhD level production. In fact, this fall semester, the number of PhD students that enroll at NJIT rose by a significant amount.
That's great.
Yeah.
So next question. I've read a lot about NJII recently. What is it, and how is it connected to the university?
Yeah, NJII, I call it, is a corporation of NJIT. It's a 501c3 nonprofit unit. But what it really is, okay, it is a storefront for NJIT, for companies and any external stakeholders that want to collaborate with NJIT. Sometimes, okay, higher ed tends to move slowly. Sometimes I jokingly say higher ed move on a geological time scale. Now, it's not always bad, because if you have a mutiny every year, students won't be able to graduate. You need years to train a student a professional, to be a professional. So NJII can move quicker at the speed of business, so that it serves as an interface between businesses and NJIT, because we do have a lot to offer to the business community. We are not only the greatest, I think, technological workforce development, but we're also technological knowledge development. And I think this is something that the wealth of technological information that we can share with the business community, and NJI makes it happen and makes it easier.
A related question. How is NJIT working to engage the corporate community in New Jersey and beyond?
Yes, so one of the strategic plan of NJII, okay, is to enhance its relationship representing NJIT with the corporate world. And to do that, what we have put together is an Office of Corporate Engagement. This is a new office. It just came up recently. And in fact, I personally, working with the president of NJII, Michael Johnson, to put this unit together. And this unit not only represents NJII, but it also represents the various units within NJIT, the colleges, your organization
office.
development and alumni relationship, and also the career development services, and how they can engage with corporations. So the Corporate Engagement Office is kind of like a one-stop shop for businesses.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
So we have another question coming in now. So I heard you address a group of students this week, and you mentioned power skills. What do you mean by power skills?
This is my favorite question, Beth. You know that.
That I know.
And yeah. You know, when I was a student, professor always tell me, Tech, you need to learn all the soft skills in order to be successful. And they're right. But I always find like, why do we call it soft skills when it's so powerful? So my narrative is power skills is what we should call it. NJIT needs to provide a more holistic education. Yes, we're a polytechnic school. Many of our students pursue degrees in STEM. Even those that don't pursue degrees in STEM, that we do have some, it's very much a technology-oriented degree program, even in the non-STEM area. So, but we need to move to a more holistic education where I call it the education of the heart, the mind, and the soul, which means that we're providing you with a well-rounded education. For that to happen, we need to also give you opportunity to hone in on your power skills. And what I mean by power skills is really interpersonal skills.
Sure.
Ability to communicate like you and I are doing right now. Ability to express your ideas. It does no good if you have phenomenal scientific and engineering ideas in your mind, but you couldn't convey it in a very simple layman term. Nobody will understand what you're trying to do. And then also be able to work in teams. You know, I think today we have to collaborate to be successful. And then finally, the most important of all power skills is to have empathy, to understand where humanity comes from. Because I'm a mechanical engineer, Beth, as you know. In the past, what I've done, okay, is I've designed powertrain system for vehicle. I have developed noise control system. The question is, who did I did it for?
Right.
Well, I did it for people. And in order for me to do a really good job for that, I need to understand where humanity stands. So the intersection of humanity and STEM, I think is going to be really powerful. It's really the future.
Great. Thank you. All right, Tech. Here's another question. If you could encourage an NJIT student to enroll in one class outside her or his major, what would that class be?
Well, I'm going to go back to AI, artificial intelligence, right? You cannot miss it. You turn on your laptop, bang, AI comes in. You turn on your TV, it talks about AI. You open a newspaper, it talks about AI. We really need to not be afraid of AI. We need to embrace it. So what I'm suggesting to students who are in all different programs, if you have a room to take an extra course, take a course in AI. Understand what it is, how you can use it to enhance your field of interest. For example, if you are in mechanical engineering like me, okay, perhaps you're interested in robotics, AI plays a very significant role in robotics. You may be in biology, you're studying perhaps human genome or how animals behave and things like that. AI can help because it can allow you to understand the biology of animals and people and plants better, faster. You can do a lot of computation. In fact, I can tell you this, okay, I've heard this, people are talking about this, and I believe this is true. One of the next revolution of AI, okay, is what I call digital biology. I didn't create this terminology. I've heard it all. And if you think about it, it's true. A lot of the studies that we do on people are very much trial and error. There's a whole lot of things about human body that we don't understand. In fact, I'm glad that I'm a mechanical engineer, not a medical doctor, because dealing with machines is a little bit easier than dealing with a human body. But digital biology would allow you to understand the human structure, and then the engineers can take that and develop products, systems, services to improve our life.
Great.
And solve disease.
All right, folks, so we're running out of time. We're
Time
going to
sure
take
flies when you have fun.
Right, exactly. So last question for the evening. Is NJIT providing students with tools like yoga or meditation or Tai Chi that can help students be self-aware?
Well, if we're not doing it, we probably should. And if we're not, I'll check with Student Life if we have a club that focuses on that, or we have some activities that does that. I do yoga, okay, and I find that very refreshing because it's good for your body and also your mind. So absolutely, if we don't have that services or that club, we should probably focus on that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, again, thank you so much for being here this evening, President Lim.
Loved it.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it. And thanks to you for joining us online. And we look forward to welcoming you back to campus soon. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.